The idiots have been in charge way too long. And that's why you're here. For the podcast you need. All for liberty all the time. Welcome to Liberty Bites Back. With your host, Brandon and Mo.
Now, I also want to go over how normalcy will be here once again. But the corporate press may call you mentally ill for knowing so. CNN, they put an article out titled, "There is no getting back to normal," experts say. The sooner we accept that, the better. Well, first off, before quoting this story, I will say once again, we are getting back to normalcy, and our cry shall be, "Give me normalcy or give me death." Quote, as 2020 slides into and probably affects 2021, try to take heart in one discomforting fact. Things most likely never going back to normal. It has become a well-worn phrase our politicians, officials, experts, even family like to lean on, an ultimate elusive prize. Perhaps it's nostalgia for the world of January, a place where daily life more closely resembled our past decades. Perhaps it's a bid to show control, to revert to a time when change was not universally imposed upon us. But January's long gone. It's not coming back, and psychologists will tell you that's only bad if you can't come to terms with it. End quote. Well, I'll tell you, I think it's these lunatics that are pushing for the American people to be stuck in paranoia and being shoved into psychological disorders like forcing phobias on others that will have to learn and come to terms that we are going back to normal. Real normal. Normalcy. Quote, we are slowly learning if this year's changes are permanent. If work, for the lucky among us, will remain from home. If we visit the grocery store less but spend more. If we find wearing a mask on the metro to just be a part of life. If shaking hands and embracing will become less common, if most of your daily interactions will occur via video conference rather than in person. 5 years change in 6 months is a common slogan for the pandemic. The disruption has upended lives and jobs lost, and relatives who live alone or perhaps died without saying the right goodbyes. Yet permanently severing ties with January is not necessarily a bad thing, psychologists say. The danger comes from hankering for normalcy again, rather than getting on with working out how to deal with whatever is ahead. Politicians who pretend that normal is just around the corner are fooling themselves or their followers, or perhaps both, said Thomas Davenport, the president's distinguished professor of information technology and management at Babson College in Westlake, Massachusetts. People who suffer tragedies eventually return to their previous happiest level, Davenport said via email. But I think that COVID-19 is a little different because we keep expecting it will end soon. So there's no need to permanently change your attitudes about it. The human tendency to believe change is temporary and that the future will again resemble the past is often called normalcy bias. End quote. Later on in the article, they state anyone who wants normalcy is just a medical issue. Normalcy bias, they say. But that's not what a medical issue nor the mental disorder that is the problem. But the full-fledged push for you all to have phobias and mental disorders, that's the real atrocity in America. We need to get back to a sane America. We need to leave this mental disorder state behind.